this is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth. Huge shout out goes out to the FBI today. I never thought I'd be saying this, but kudos guys, great job. You finally did the right thing and you exposed 9/11 as being the false flag that it was by releasing these photos, which is now shedding some light on what really happened that day. With the release of these new, never before seen pictures, we can now safely say, without a shadow of a doubt, that there is absolutely zero evidence whatsoever that would suggest a plane hit the Pentagon. So again, great job FBI, stellar work here. We didn't even need whistleblowers or hackers. This one was all you, so thank you for that. Of course, I'm being sarcastic, folks. These people know that the majority of society is plagued with this cognitive dissonance, and they will still reject truth even if these facts are handed to them on a silver platter. And speaking of facts being handed out on a silver platter, let's now analyze this and look at these photos that was just released by the FBI. We'll start out here with this one. This was taken just moments after the impact. You can see here firefighters and the FBI are already on the scene, and the identities of them have still been kept secret by the FBI. Here we see an image of the impact zone, and it's probably the smoking gun of all of these photos, as it shows the building is still intact before it collapses in on itself, as we see here. But before that happened, we can see that it is simply not possible for a plane to have gone through this gap. The wingspan alone would have damaged these walls here. I mean, the gap is just not that big. You can tell this also because of the people who are in this photo, which gives it perspective, and who have also had their faces redacted, and they just happen to be standing there holding flags, which is kind of weird. But getting back to this photo, you'll notice there's no scuff marks on the lawn. Not to mention any indication whatsoever that a plane was even there. These aerial photos here show the size of the gap and proves there is no way that a Boeing 747 crashed through there. Again, here we see no signs of an airplane having entered the building. They did, however, release these photos of pieces of scrap metal which are small enough to be picked up and carried away by one individual, and you'll notice there are no scorches or burn marks anywhere on any of these so-called plane parts. These are more shots of the collapsed building with no plane parts to be seen anywhere. This hole right here is what we are seeing here. The official narrative is that this hole was created by the nose of the airplane. But what about the airplane? I mean, where is the plane in any of these photos? And it should also be noted, guys, that this area of the Pentagon had no one in it at the time of the attacks because it was being renovated at the time. I mean, how convenient is that? Here we see more agents with their faces redacted, and there's some more shots here of the interior with absolutely nothing that would confirm that a Boeing 747 had hit this building. So on the one hand, guys, this does confirm and prove what we've been saying all along, that the events that transpired on that day are nothing like what the government would have us believe transpired on that day. And why are they releasing this now? Perhaps their hand was forced, or perhaps we'll never know. But one thing is for sure, guys, they can't take this back now. And at Press for Truth, we've made countless videos about this topic, and if I could recommend one for you today, it would be our film, Decade of Deception. I'll include a link right here at the end of this video. And let us know what you think in the comment sections below about the release of these FBI photos and whether or not you think that 9/11 was an inside job. And if you want to help us to be able to continue to produce this kind of content, please check the links in the description below to find out how you can donate or become a PFT patron. We don't have the backing or the funding that the mainstream media gets, and this puts us at quite the disadvantage. So once again, please check the links in the description if you would like to contribute by either donating or becoming a PFT member or PFT patron. And stay tuned, folks, we're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.